Hey guys, welcome back to Busch Builds. If this is your first time, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just going to do a quick update on this Bronco. Hoping to get some parts, but they didn't come yet, so we're going to just kind of go over what we've been doing. The main thing that you can see right off the bat is we took the plow lights off the front. The plow lights weren't really worth fixing, and the headlights are sufficient. So the problem we had with the plow lights, they're actually over here. If you look, they're all rusted out, and the light that these things produce aren't much, so it wasn't really worth our time. It would probably be 50 bucks a side, or 25 bucks a side, so 50 bucks to fix them. Try to get new rings and stuff. It would probably be 75 bucks, you know, altogether. It wasn't really worth the time. We're planning on just putting some off-road lights on. Like I said, we got rid of a bunch of wires, a bunch of metal. Trying to take some of the weight off it. It's still going to be an old, heavy truck, but trying to keep it. I like the look of the front end of these trucks, so I wanted to kind of clean it up. It cleans it up a lot without having the big lights, because where the lights sit. Let's see if I can spread it. Yeah. Actually, still have a bolt in this one. So that's basically how high the lights are sitting to go over the plow. My goal is just to get an off-road light pod. It'll put out a little bit less, or a little bit more light. It'll look less dorky. So like I said, I think that A-frame, it just kind of cleans it all up. Kind of complements the look of the truck. I mean, truck's not pretty by any means, but it's a body style that I like. So that's what we're running. Pull this back off here. And then with our plow, we're trying to get ready for snow. We gotta get a new fitting and some new hydraulic oil. Looks like we're leaking a little bit there. That might have been the problem why it wasn't going side to side. We got a couple other issues we gotta deal with. But the main thing that we've got done so far is that we got that battery box finally sorted out. That was a pain. Down the road, I would really like to be able to edit some of these videos so I can kind of show you the ins and outs, but doing things basically one take, it's really hard to show you, because putting this battery box in would have been like a 3-hour video. Not that it took that long, but it just, with going back and forth, it's just a pain. So what we ended up using, this is an Artec Industries fabricated box. We bolted it to the inner fender well. We got 2 bolts on that side, and we got 3 on the other side. And basically now this battery doesn't move, and if it does a little, that's just flexing my inner fender well. But it actually encases my Optima battery here. We need to go through all the wiring and adjust it. My goal is I want to run like how the Chevys had the side posts that go directly to these. I'm probably going to run like the Chevy connectors and just redo a lot of this wiring here. That's my starter solenoid. I need to find a place to put that and ground it. And then we actually have on order that we have the painless performance switch panel on order, because the main thing that we're dealing with is just I can start the truck, but now the truck won't shut off unless you kill the fuel to it. So for a safety concern, I want to make sure that we can shut down the truck easily and fast. Next year, we are going to be ripping off this fuel system, this EFI system, just because it's got a bunch of wires to it. It's been a huge headache for me. Just trying to go through it. It's going to clean up the truck a lot more. It's going to simplify everything. We're going to go with that Holley EFI setup. Go intake fuel pump, new computer, because the thing that I didn't realize getting into this is we're going to fight every single one of these wires for the most part. Like I said, we did that standalone fuel wiring right there, but a lot of these wires, when we switch this stuff out, is going to be eliminated. But it's not really even the problem that we have in here, is that if you go inside my truck, underneath the dash here, we got a bunch of random wires, but right here, this is going into my computer, and this has, I believe it's a 40 or 30 pin connector, maybe even 60. And a lot of these wires have just been tapped into and messed with. And it's becoming a real headache and a real pain in the ass. So like I said, we'll get rid of a lot of that stuff behind the dash. We'll be able to figure out what the hell's going on with some of this stuff. It's going to simplify so much of this interior issue that we're dealing with. That's, like I said, the switch panel we're going to put where the radio was. We're going to trim it out real nice, make it kind of look factory but not factory. We got that back window rolled up, so come winter when we're plowing, we're not going to have snow in the back of our truck. Like I said, it's just, we're getting there little by little. Funny enough, we actually, when we put this battery box in, the way I was starting it was with my my little jump button, and must have sparked or something. Got a little bit of a witness mark where we sparked, but we shorted it out. So then we're chasing issues like, oh, now it won't start. So we're chasing those issues, and then we ended up finding that it wasn't a starter issue or a solenoid issue really. It was more or less the source that we were starting it with wasn't working. So, like I said, the other issue with, because the battery, how it's originally going to be like that, that's how they sat, but with the way that they wanted to mount this, we had to mount it against the fender because that's the most solid part of this truck. So a lot of these wires, they will run where they need to run. The negative is a little tight. Where'd you go? The negative, you kind of got to pull. Like I said, we're going to end up going off these bottom terminals here, so it's going to clean that up a little bit. We got that switch panel on order. It's in the mail. Don't know where it is right now, but like I said, we just got to go through and clean all this stuff up. I'm going to show you basically, I would have liked to show you guys how we did this, but we got, like I said, we got 2 bolts here. We have a hole for another one, but it just doesn't line up with the way this inner fender is. And then on this side, we have 3 going down the side, so that's more than sufficient. You can kind of see that gold right there. That's because this inner fender is, this inner fender has different divots and stuff in it, so it's kind of a pain to mount. But we ended up nut-certing it to the fender, which should be plenty strong. You can actually see that's how long the screws we use, because I thought I was going to have to bolt them. So I used some really long stainless steel hardware. It doesn't hit on the outside or anything like that, but like I said, it was just one of those things where I figured it was going to need to be bolted from behind. I didn't think I was going to be able to nut-cert it, so we actually were able to nut-cert it, so I figured out that issue. The only thing that we're going to change, we changed the hardware from what comes with the Artec box to stainless steel hardware, but we changed it to an Allen head. It's okay, but ARP, kind of like our starter bolts, has a 12-point bolt for the M12 quarter 20. I believe that's what it was. So we're going to put 12 points in it. It's going to be a lot stronger. It's not going to strip as easily, because if we lock this battery in here, it's going to be a pain in the ass to get it out. But now it's secure. Like I said, more of the wiring issues is it's just got so much wires running up and around everything. It's a pain to get at the valve covers because they got air cleaners on top of things. It's just, like I said, we got emission stuff we got to get rid of. It's just all around just a giant pain. Obviously, we got to go through the shop, but we got our snap-on box home from my old job. But this is, where is the actual nut-cert tool? Interesting. So for you guys that don't know, okay, so it's quarter 20 bolts. Basically, this little nut, you drill a hole to the size of the nut, you put it in the fender, and then let's figure out where that tool is. Was it in here? Where did we put that tool? Really? Again, we got to go through our garage and clean everything up. We finally got some some of the junk sold. Now we just got to reorganize and figure out where everything is. I really do not know where I put that. That's wiring stuff. Huh. Oh, there it is. Right in front of me. Blind as a bat. So basically, you take your 1/4 nutsert. This will open up. Screws it on. Like I said, you drill the appropriate size hole, take the 2 handles, and you squeeze it, and what that's going to do, where this knurl end, see that knurl? It'll flare the non-knurl end to the knurl end pretty much, and give it a secure bond. With being, like I said, it should be sufficient enough to hold this in, the battery box in. Now it's just trying to go through and fix everything else. I do, like I said, guys, I do apologize that all it is really just trying to fix my Bronco and get it ready for the winter. That's what we have right now. Like I said, we're gonna go through and fix a lot of stuff. I do want to take this wheeling. I do want to get a baseline on it. I don't want to bore you guys with just everything wrong with this thing, but unfortunately that's what we got right now. Like I said, the suspension is still the wheel's still hitting the arm in the back. So I mean, the radius arm in the back, that's what it's hitting. So now my turn signals aren't working. So we're just trying to fight the little issues that we got. Like I said, just doing quick updates for you guys. I want to keep you guys informed on what we're doing if you are interested, if it does help you guys. I'd like to, eventually do some of these videos. I like to edit some of this stuff, hopefully next season. The way I'm going to do seasons is just by the year. I don't know how many videos. We're going to try to do 12 videos a year, once per month. Trying to stay on a schedule, or twice per month. So we might do 12 or 24 videos in a season. Like I said, we're going to try to keep after it. Sometimes you just get beat down with some of your stuff that you're working on. It just gets to you. What we did, this battery box, I wanted to mention too, this battery box comes bare steel. The paint I use, I've never used before, but I see a lot of people using it. It's oh crap, now my brain's gonna be shorting out. It was Steel It. So this is their black. It almost looks like a gunmetal or a flat black, but it's the weldable primer. I need to touch it up right there. I did mess it up. You want to basically give it enough time to sit there and coat. You can kind of see where I messed it up there. Other than that, it came out really smooth. The one thing that I wanted to let you guys know, if you do use it, it is a rubberized coating. So what I ended up having was the tip clogged up on me by spraying it, sitting, spraying it, sitting. So I suggest if you guys spray it, after you get done spraying it, let it sit for 15 minutes, but clean off the tip right away so you don't get that deposit of the spray. Or order some extra tips if you don't want to deal with that. That's the only thing I got for that. So like I said, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hopefully that paintless panel gets in next week so we can try to get some of that wiring figured out so we can get a video for you in the next couple weeks. And like I said, thank you guys for everything, and thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.